I told my dad, I'll be president of this country before I be a pastor. It's not happening. He used to call me up here to greet you guys, and I would be like, hi, bye, go back. I'm slowly understanding that being old is not cool. I used to think it would be cool. No. But for our generation, if you don't take this opportunity, you'll rob your kids. If my dad did not cultivate the friendship he had with Benny Hinn, it would have robbed me. Because there's so much I have learned secondhand from hearing the both of them talk. On the phone, in person. That I couldn't have learned anywhere else. Catherine Kuhlman. Benny Hinn served in her ministry. Pastor Benny Hinn, he learned from her. Followed her around. Worked in every area of her ministry. Some of the other ladies who were working there. Do you know the tapes that now we see of Catherine Kuhlman? We were not supposed to see them. People who came to her school stole them, took them, and aired them. There's one person left on earth who has the entire media catalog of Catherine Kuhlman. Only one person. That one person will be here in 12 days. And when he kept them, he made the promise, I'll wait till God says I can release them to the world. Insane miracles. But imagine if Benny Hinn had said, you know what, I'm just going to remain as things are. I'm going to about things in a regular Jewish way. I'm not really going to follow Jesus. His family didn't want him to preach the gospel. He could have easily just made it easy for himself and just been like, let me make these guys happy, let me do what they want. We won't have him forever. Never bank that someone will come back the next time and tell you something. That's a dangerous risk. That's a bet you don't want to make. We're in the day and age where everyone and their grandmother now is like a prophet. They hear from God. We need to hear what God has planned. The last time that man came, no lie, from the time he came to today, this Sunday, the man prophesied everything. Let me give you an example. He prophesied things, and one of the things I laughed at him. Give you a perfect example. I was sitting where you're sitting with my sisters. I stayed there with Christian. Christiana came up here. When Benny Hinn is ministering, his security didn't want anyone moving up and down, so we stayed there. Even when people crowded, we just stayed there. He called my dad and said, you'll see it. Miracles will happen in this building. The dead will be raised in this building. Keeps going on and on and on. Then he says, your children will see it. Herbert Sembacha be my witness. I laughed. Like, bro, I'm not going to be a pastor. There's no way. You're crazy. You can do all the miracles in the world, but this one is... This is me. This is me. I'm not doing it. We then go back there. Kid you not. Walks out of the lounge. He spent like 5-6 minutes with pastors. And it was pure mayhem. Men of God flying left, right, and center, backflipping, jackets flying off. Walks out. I see a TV station. I see a TV station.
Nabo mukutu gwa TV.
He points where channel 44 is now.
Nasonga channel 44.
You need to understand what craziness looks like.
Tegere ekyobulayo kye kitegeeza.
He's pointing at nothing.
Wasonga tewali kiriwo naye agamba agenda bawo TV.
No equipment, no nothing. There's going to be a TV station.
Tewali kiriwo naye agamba agenda bawo mukutu gwa TV.
Walks to the car, turns.
N'agenda ku motoka n'akyuka nga tanayingira motoka ye.
You're going to be a great man of God.
N'angamba ogenda beera musajja Katonda w'amaanyi.
In my head I'm like, yeah, right, bro.
N'embirowoozamu ne ngamba kale tujja kulaba. Naye tebijja bbaawo.
It's not happening.
Tebisoboka.
When I was done with ORU,
when namala okusoma ku Robert University,
I had zero intention
nze nga sina kigendererwa kyonna
of coming back and being a pastor.
Ekyokukoma weno mbeere omusumba mu Uganda.
One church,
ekkanisa
which is now one of the biggest churches in Tulsa,
saawa eno esinga obunene Tulsa,
had offered me a job,
yali empadde omulimu,
about $56,000 a year,
emitwalo 5,600 buli mwaka,
to run their live production.
nkole ku bye bateeka ku TV ku mpewo.
I came back.
N'enkomawo.
God said, go serve your parents.
Katonda yaŋŋamba genda oweereze
I
bazadde.
refused the job.
Omulimu guli ne ngugaana.
They kept calling.
Baasigala bankubira amasimu.
Kept calling.
Baasigala bankubira.
Even while I was here, they kept calling.
Ne bwe nakomawo eno nga bakyankubira.
I come back.
N'enkomawo.
And in the back of my head,
nga bye ndowoozaako nze,
I'm like, man, I should have taken the job.
Osanga nandikoze omulimu guli.
But anyway, the offer's still there.
Naye ofa nga ekyaliwo bagamba wenjagalira nga ngenda nkola.
I get here.
Nentuuka wano.
A few months later, COVID happens.
Myezi mitono ne wabaawo COVID.
COVID happens a few months later.
COVID n'abanga wayise emyaka mitono, myezi mitono.
I wanted no business in being a pastor.
Ebyokubeera omusumba nga sirina kye mbyagaza nga sibiriiko.
Let me also add this with saying,
kanyongereko na kino.
When people come to me to mentor them,
abantu bwe bajja nga baagala mbatendeke,
help them with youth ministry,
hey, I want
to learn from you, do what you do,
najja nagala njagala onjigirize
I want to be a pastor. If you come to me and the first thing is that you want to be a pastor, that's an ultimate like, no, I'm not helping you. Because I didn't want to be a pastor. You want to do it. We won't. I'm being serious. And I tell people, I only do this because of God.